What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. Reserved for the best. It's super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comics. Yeah, because comic books are the sixth element of hip hop. What's good, y'all? Sixth element of hip hop. Yes, this is the right spot. I am your host, Reno Noir. And we got Raw Talk, Real Deal in the building. What's good, bro? What's
going on? What's happening? What's up with everybody in the chat and stuff?
Word. Salute to the chat. To the notification. We call them the Noti crew.
All right.
Get the first notifications.
Shout out to Slim Jim Longfoot. First
Word.
Chat in the chat.
Word. Let me fix this mic out real quick. I gotta.
Yeah, man.
Boom. Check. There we go.
We're living in interesting times.
Oh, yes, sir.
Movies and comics, and I think they had the MegaCon in Florida or something like that. They had a whole bunch of things going on this weekend, and it was irregularly warm up here.
Oh yeah. It's been hot as hell, man. Well, speaking of the heat, we just had the Grammys, and
the
fucking Grimies. Killer Mike wins 3 Grammys and leaves in handcuffs. Yeah. Walked out in handcuffs after the fucking Grammys last night. It was not immediately clear why Killer Mike was being arrested. Just before the Grammys broadcast began, the LA Police Department later released details about the misdemeanor charges. And it's funny because I had just seen Killer Mike on the Bill Maher show. If you know the Bill Maher show. Cringer, salute.
Word.
The setup is always real.
I think that's just, honestly,
Yeah.
It's just like a security guard that thought he was a cop and thought he
overzealous.
Yeah, and he see Killer Mike. Mike probably was like, "Yo, I'm a nominee up here. I want to go
right
here." Nah, sir. You know how that go. And then Killer Mike wasn't having it. One thing led to another. Boom, bop, bip, bop, and then So
yep. And you can just picture Killer Mike too. I already know exactly how he handled it too, because you already know how he get down. And
plus his father was a police officer, so he has a mentality like he knows the rules of engagement and the law and stuff, and he knows his rights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stu Dog, welcome to the show. Are you here? We that's what's up.
I had some networking problems, man. We talked about it last night. I'm trying to get it right.
The network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Say what now? More bandwidth.
I just need more bandwidth. That's the solution to my problem.
Yeah.
I need more bandwidth.
Don't we all?
Yeah, man.
Don't we all? So they didn't release the details right away. We didn't know exactly what was going on, but the video uploaded to Twitter, because I'm not calling it X, guys. I'm calling it fucking Twitter till the day I die. It's Twitter. Uploaded to Twitter by the Hollywood Reporter's Chris Gardner. And Killer Mike was seen being escorted through the crypto.com arena by Popo. And LAPD said on social media that the MC was taken into custody because of a physical altercation that occurred at the 700 block of Chick Hearn Court. They did not provide details on when that incident happened or what the circumstances were. or any sort of shit like that. But they said the suspect was placed under arrest and was transported to LAPD Central Division, where he was, of course, treated fairly, as always. And the suspect has been identified as 48-year-old Michael Render, and booked for misdemeanor battery. The statement said Render being released on zero bail.
Wow.
Misdemeanor battery is a fucked up charge. I mean, it's misdemeanor, but it's still a violent crime. And
Mhm.
having that on your record, even when you're fucking, even when the charge gets, here's what people don't realize. People are like, oh, they're gonna drop the charges. They drop the charges. You still have that arrest on your record. You know what's
on your
fucked up?
record.
You can be walking down the street. You can get arrested for, they could say, oh, you fit the description of a murderer. You get arrested for murder. They take you down, they book you, blah, blah, blah. You get let off. Obviously, we find out you're not the real guy. Guess what? Next time you get pulled over and a cop runs your name, there's an arrest for murder on your record. It doesn't show what happened. It just shows an arrest for murder. Then you've got to explain, oh, well, the charges were dropped and da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So the fuckery, cops know this, man. When they're arresting you and they're giving you that charge, they might know you're gonna get off. They might know you're gonna shake the charge. They might know it's bullshit, but they know they're fucking you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because now they got probable cause to do anything they want.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Yep. And plus, when you're trying to get a job, when you're trying to get into maybe a school, when you're trying to get, having a background check or whatever, maybe you're looking for a new apartment, a car, whatever, and they pull your record, it's not good.
The security guard, I don't know. I think he's probably without job at this point in time.
Probably by now.
Yeah.
But CBS News reached out to the to Killer Mike's reps, and according to the Recording Academy and the LAPD for more details about the incident, but the like a short time before they arrested him, he swept all 3 categories that he was nominated in: Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Album for his self-titled 2023 studio album, Michael.
Wow.
And so
I did listen to it. It is a dope album. I can't lie and say it ain't.
Honestly, I haven't heard a whiff about that album.
Yeah,
I've been listening to it.
Yeah,
I've been listening to it here and there.
Yeah,
it's all right, bro. It ain't bad.
I put some.
I sent Reno one of the songs one day, and me and him was talking about it. He was like, "Yo, Killer Mike always been dope." I said, "Yeah, it's all about production, baby. His production was good on this run." So
yeah, he learned a lot being under DJ Temp and all those guys. Because he's associated with.
You sent me one, Stu? I didn't know you sent me one.
Remember I sent you the one. What was it called? Pray or something like that. Remember I was like, "Yo, this Killer Mike joint is kind of hot." And then I looked up the album, and then I listened to the album maybe a day or two later. And I was like, "Damn, this joint was all right."
Oh yeah, no, I had heard that. I just
videos.
thought you were talking about the album. Yeah, no, I heard the album too, because I'm up on that.
Now, remember when the singles came out? Yeah, remember when the singles came out? I had sent you the one single, and he was like, "Yo, Killer Mike." I was like, "Yo, this joint was kind of hot."
I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm gonna have to check him.
I'll find it.
Listen, man, music. You gotta remember, music is a very highly opinionated thing, man. It's nothing wrong with just checking it out and listening to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I'm glad I've always been like that. Like I'm glad I give it a chance.
I haven't been.
Most people be like,
I'm saying I haven't been in the loop.
No, okay. No, I get that. Yeah.
I'm saying so.
Any rap. I seen your list. I seen your list. Oh, don't worry, I seen your list. So you can get caught up.
Because I stopped listening. As soon as Old Girl came out with Booty Hole Brown, I was done.
Damn.
I was
Damn.
done.
Yeah, I'd be done on that too. Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing. I've been listening to classical, old school 80s jazz and stuff like that. Excuse me for a moment.
Now, raw talk. Now I did that this summer. I listened to nothing but 90s rap all summer, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. They put out some good stuff back then, man. That's all I listened to. If it wasn't from the Netflix from 1990 to 1999, that's all I listened to. And I'm keeping it a buck, man. We had some good music. They put out some good music in that little 10-year span. Um,
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one
I,
thing. They mistakenly announced that Ice Spice was the winner of Best Rap Song, when of course it was Killer
it was
Mike's
Killer
work
Mike.
on
Yeah,
Scientists and Engineers, which is a dope track. It's got Andre on there. Um, that's about it. The Future's on there, and but I
was
don't
Andre on
fuck
the
with that.
flute? Was Andre on the flute, or was he actually
No,
rapping when he was on the
no. I
track?
thought you heard this one.
No, no, no. I was just making a joke.
Oh,
That's why I was like, was
yeah,
Andre on
no.
the flute? Because you said he was on it. I was like, was he on the flute or was he
Oh
rapping?
yeah, no, no. He just on there rapping. He when he features, he raps.
He
So
does. He does.
everybody knows that bullshit
Now
about
that now him, that's
48
what I'm
is supposed
saying.
to be
Yeah, because
mine.
him on that song, he was hot. He bought it. He was hot on that song. So I don't
Of
know,
course he can
man.
rap. It's
But I
ridiculous.
get it though, man. I just get what he's saying. But what I don't understand is inspiration. You ain't gotta be like he ain't never been gangster rap, but you could be inspired to rap about something, bro. Politics, everything that's going on in the world. Rap was always the black CNN. Like, I mean, he could have rapped about Trump's whole. I don't know, bro, but it's something for him to rap about.
Oh yeah.
I guess he just might not be inspired to do it, man. I mean, I get it, but don't say you ain't inspired. Like, you know what I mean? Like don't say you just don't have nothing to rap about. There's plenty to rap about.
Yeah.
Just say
I
right now,
mean,
just say you ain't got the vibe right now. Or writer's block. Remember, Ghost had writer's block for like 2, 3 years. And he admitted
yeah.
it. He just said I had writer's block. He said I couldn't get nothing out.
Well, during a speech at the Grammys on Sunday, Jay-Z criticized the Grammys for what he described as its snubs and inconsistencies in giving out honors to black artists, pointing out his wife Beyonce has the most Grammys but has never won Album of the Year. Even by your own metrics, it doesn't work, he said. He said, we want you to get it right, at least get it close to right. He also referred to Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff's boycott of the 1989 Grammys because the rap category was not televised at the time. He noted that he had boycotted the show when DMX released 2 number 1 albums but was not nominated. Um, some of you may get robbed, he said. Some of you don't belong in the category. Um, he also conceded that the process of awarding Grammys is subjective. He said it's
It is.
music and it's opinion based. He said
Mhm.
Jay-Z
It
made the
is.
remarks during the speech when he accepted his own award for the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award, which recognizes personal and professional achievements in the music industry. And through his record label, Rock Nation, Jay-Z has advocated social justice causes like that, particularly for racial equality in the United States. Back in 2022, he convened, the inaugural summit for the social justice leaders to meet in New York to raise awareness about racial justice and policy. And he's also served as executive producer on 2 docuseries about the killings of Black Americans. You had the uh, Time, the Khalif Browder story, and Rest in Power, the Trayvon Martin story that he made. When George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis in 2020, Jay-Z, through Rock Nation, took out full-page ads in major newspapers that quoted a passage from MLK, Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King, the 1965 speech from Selma. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was a big night for women, both as winners and performers. But what he did, like what he was talking about, it really took me back to a time. I think 2010. This was when Kanye came up in the Grammys, or it was MTV's one of these award shows, and he took the mic from Taylor Swift, and he was like, Beyonce had the best fucking video ever of all time this year. And you know, like fuck Taylor Swift type shit because she won the shit. And he was like, y'all really skipping over Beyonce and it's some bullshit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit he's doing now. What is this? 13 years later,
Well, they
and it's
did
Taylor
admit,
Swift again.
that they did admit that the people that picked, um, they had to revamp it because some of them were admitting that because they got a wide range of music to listen to. and someone was admitting that they didn't even listen to all the music, or they might not have listened to the
Yeah.
whole album,
When you
and they admitted to it. So the Grammys, the committee had to revamp it to keep them from doing that. But even though they did, it's still subjective to their whims because they still got to listen to the music, and it's still, like you said, opinionated.
Right.
I mean, there is
check,
no excuse for Beyonce never having album of the year, bro. Like, come on, she put
but
out
check it
some
though.
dope albums.
But check it out though. Let me kick the facts about the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, with the Grammys, that's all pay for play on a higher level, man. It's the
Elitist.
it's the labels who pay for their artists to be on the nominations. How they
Ain't that
push
what the label's supposed to do?
that's no, that's yeah, but it's not something where it's earned, it's bought. It's not earned. And all those awards are bought, not earned ever.
It's
Ever.
lobbied. It's with lobbying and yeah, they they
That's
they
all.
they
Oh no,
campaign for those awards.
And
They
it,
literally
I don't know
campaign for
about
them.
that, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
can say it ain't fair. I can honestly say it ain't fair. I can go with that.
Nah,
I don't
he's
know the
telling the
workings
truth.
behind it. I can just tell you it ain't fair. Cause think about it. Look at the rap category, right? As big as rap is, right? As big as rap came to be, when Public Enemy put out Fear of a Black Planet, that should have won a Grammy. When
yeah,
when Jay Z
Yeah,
put out those Reasonable Doubt, when he put out Reason, that should have won a Grammy.
but they
When
didn't pay.
DMX dropped 5 albums in 5 years, and all 5 of those albums charted in the top 10, in the top
two
5.
albums,
So
2 albums in 1 year, so it was 4 years actually.
Yeah.
yeah,
Remember
so
is the
yeah, so you can't really, you know what I'm saying? You can't really, you sit there. I know why they do it because they want to keep it fair. Because if you don't, you gonna have a bunch of African Americans up there winning awards, and nobody of another race will win any. And then people say, well, it ain't fair because all the African Americans win all the awards, and that's why they do it.
nah, not. It's not even that. It's not. There's nothing about fairness in this whole game, because if you look at it, everything is about influence now, especially with content now. I mean, they're not going off for record sales anymore because
No.
nobody's buying albums. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If somebody
Whoa, whoa,
drop
whoa, 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 whoa. Except for
well, I mean,
Beyonce fans and Swifties. The Swifties in
okay,
the Beehive, they buying albums. They
I mean,
buying albums.
look, let me kick the game to you on that. You can think they're buying albums. A label purchases albums and give them out at shows. Back in the day, that used to be the thing. Well, we'll buy 50,000 CDs of this album and we give them out at shows. So our artist
Mm.
charts can go up so we can get them platinum plaques, make it believe like he's this, boom, boom, then go to the Grammys and the Billboard Awards. Hey, yeah, we're moving up the charts.
They buying their own album.
People have been buying albums for years, man. So all the Jay-Z's, Kanye's and stuff, questionable stuff that shouldn't have been high chart topping were bought. I'm telling you. Only one whose stuff that really wasn't bought, and I put this in Instagram, Eminem. Why? Because people don't understand that he had a large fan base, people that related to him. Look at the population of the country. Okay, and here you got the white dude who could rap his ass off. He's super nasty. He's nice with it. But his subject matter ain't bang, 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 I'm gonna kill you. His subject matter is mostly trailer park horror flick type style stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy shit. He connected.
Yeah, he crossed over.
So he went diamond and all shit like that, right? Of course, he's gonna win all the awards because now his stats is up. So now them calling him the greatest of all time. Yes, he's great in the aspect where he connected with the audience that connected with him. But if he was, is he the greatest rapper? No.
But the Grammys has always been accused of being racially unfair, racist, blatant, straight out racist. You know, and just I mean, hip hop, rap, that was not even a category until recently. Like, but
E win go up for in 2 years for they won. No, it was 3 years. Remember back in the day when Easy E was out with his I Want Easy album. You guys remember this, right? And remember there was 3 times they had that album up for rap album against Will Smith or somebody else, Young MC or somebody else, and Easy E will always lose 3, but off the same album. I'm like, how's he already did this album last year? Why is he up for a Grammy this year off the album? It makes sense if y'all go back and trace. So it's all a hustle, man. For real.
Oh yeah, it's always a hustle. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to do what you got to do out here. But Jay-Z was out there getting that Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. The which is it, it's basically like, I guess it let me see what they're saying about it, because it's kind of like, one of those things where it's more than just about the music. It's more about their impact globally, business wise, the whole shit.
I guess a few hundred M's now you can communicate with the Grammy board. I guess you could stop.
Yeah, the award that
Protest.
Jay-Z won is an award that's given to an artist that has a global impact on music and their contribution to music on a world level.
Yeah, that's what
So
I just said.
That should
it's sort of like a lifetime achievement award,
It's for
but it's
black.
just
It
got that
honors
award
black
in it.
excellence.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
the
too.
award to go
If
to his
that's how you
wife.
want to put it, but that too.
Well, that's how they put it. That's not how I put it. That's how they put it.
That should go to his wife, not
That's what
him,
I didn't want to say.
because his wife got more
Oh, I
impact
see.
globally than he does.
Oh
Well,
hell yeah!
it's not just about
It's about
global
his
impact,
it's about his
obviously.
contribution. It's about his
Yeah,
contribution to the music industry on a global level. So like Jay
Mm.
Z is a name that's known all over the world, and he has done things, you know, behind the scenes. I guess whatever. I don't really get into all that. That
Mm.
his music has changed things or changed the way things are made or did or changed people's outlook on things. I mean, I get that, but he got the award. It's like giving him his flowers now while he alive and saying we recognize what you did and how you did it, and here's a little something for that.
Mm. Oh, I don't know.
yeah. He
Now when Wu Tang, get one of those, I will be at the Grammys that year.
well, following the brief video montage that they had, Hove walked up on the stage to receive the award with his daughter Blue Ivy joining him with his cut "Where I'm From" 1997 bumping in the background. He had the black suit on. He came up thanking, the Record Academy for acknowledging him with the Global Impact Award, joking about him deeming gramophones as sippy cups for Blue Ivy in past years, basically, uh, fucking around that he had hella Grammys and shit. He's notes that his daughter has already won more Grammys than a lot of the artists in attendance. But Brooklyn native then turned his attention to Dr. Dre, the namesake and the inaugural award winner. But he said, thanks to Dr. Dre, all the doors you opened showed us we can be rock stars. It's great to have an award for such an icon. He also voiced his appreciation for the Black Music Collective, as he quoted, saying before acknowledging his and hip hop's checkered history with the Recording Academy.
Mhm.
Referencing, like I said, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, the boycott in '89. To due to their win, the rap, because they won the rap, best rap album, but it was not televised, and so
Mm.
and then of course he boycotted 10 years later in '99 after DMX was snubbed for when he released his joint. But Jay also expressed his criticisms that black music artists have had over the years regarding, feeling robbed of awards, including the fact that his wife, Beyonce, has never won a Grammy Award for Album of the Year, despite having more Grammy Awards than any artist in history.
Yeah, she surpassed Michael Jackson and
Any artist in history. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, she said we
Yo, did Mike ever win album of the year?
Mike
Yeah.
won every fucking Grammy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
Mike probably got it
Yeah,
all.
dog.
Yeah,
Thriller.
yeah.
Thriller
Yeah,
Thriller.
was
Thriller was
crazy.
big. Yeah, Thriller was big. Thriller was big.
Thriller, bro, every fucking award. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. It
Yeah,
was crazy.
crazy.
Um,
I
yeah.
remember that. Then he did the moonwalk on stage. I was like, oh,
At Motown
Hmm
25. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I
Yeah,
had that shit on
yeah, he
video.
got
yeah.
the award show.
He was moonwalking. He was moonwalking up to the stage, getting his Grammy, and then moonwalking off. Like, I'll see y'all later. I'll be
No
back for
joke.
another award.
He was getting awards like people was
Andy.
breaking.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if he was still alive? He probably would have won a couple more. Mike was about to go back to R&B.
Yeah, who knows, man, where he would have gone, man. He was crazy.
Him,
He was the most talented fucking musician of all time.
you know,
Yeah.
I always say the soul was stolen out of the music when he was murdered. Prince was murdered. Um, James Brown died. Like certain people had a certain foundation where a lot of artists drunk from their well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mike did something ill. You know that other people fed off that. When Prince did something ill, other people fed off of that. So it
Yeah.
kept that shit really nice. The mixture of music. When you don't have that soul, that foundation, look at
Yeah.
music now; it's everywhere. R&B ain't what it used to be. R&B is more like rap, like the silly rap now. You can't differentiate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hip hop is in everything. It's in everything.
I'm
It's
not
rap.
saying not hip hop, rap, that commercial, because that's how like
Well,
Karen.
I know what he's saying.
you know,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
what he's saying.
I don't
I
mean
get
hip
what he's
hop
saying.
like really hip hop. I mean the fact that hip hop is hip hop. So I remember in the 80s you had cereal commercials with kids coming on rapping stupid ass rap songs. That's what I mean. Like that's not hip hop, but hip hop permeates everything and it got into the commercials, it got into this. So yeah, hip hop is in there. It's in rock and roll, it's in pop music, it's in all this shit. And
Country
it's what it's a what do you call a fucking and what do you call like a goddamn what's the word? Uh Not an impression. I guess it's an impression,
Mm.
a bad impression of hip hop.
Mm.
I can't think of the word I'm talking about. Help me
It
out.
is a corporate commercial. Like Chris said, you know, rap is what we do, hip hop is what we live.
Where we live.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, rap is music. Rap is a genre of music. Hip hop is a culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
But yeah, so getting into some hip hop, getting into some comics rather. Daredevil, not Daredevil, fucking Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool 3
yeah.
about to drop. We got the sort of the goods on when we might get that first trailer.
Mm.
Because after all the controversy and all the disappointing projects of Phase 5, Marvel Studios definitely needs Deadpool 3 to fucking hit and be a real slam dunk at the box office, which I think it will be. I really do. The shit that I've been seeing and hearing about it is very promising. It does look good. As bad as I don't want Hugh Jackman to be the first Wolverine to wear the mask, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll be good. And it seems to have all the right pieces in place.
Hopefully he'll wear it. Hopefully he'll
Oh
wear
yeah,
it.
he's wearing
You
it.
know how that goes.
He's wearing it.
Yeah, halfway through the movie, he'll take it off and be running around without the
think
damn
He
mask.
probably won't wear it the whole movie, but he definitely gonna have it on at some point.
Yeah. And the thing I like
think-
about how the comics and the cartoons do it is how Wolverine will be walking around with, but as soon as he go into action, he put that joint on. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like he'll have it off and he'll be talking, smoking. But it's time to go in there. He'd be like, look, let's take care of business. Put the
Yeah.
mask on and go to work.
Yep. Just
It's overdue for him to wear it though. I mean, look, when he did the what was it? The what was it called? The Wolverine?
Logan.
Not Logan.
Oh, Wolverine.
The Wolverine with the samurai.
Yeah, Wolverine. Yeah.
Oh,
Showed
Silver
it-
Samurai, yeah.
Yeah, they showed it in the post credits or something like that
in the box.
in the box. I
In the
was like,
box,
damn,
yeah.
all this time to see
They
it in the
actually
box.
that was a deleted. I think that was a deleted scene. I don't think. I think that was
No,
deleted.
it's in the movie. It's in the
Is
movie.
it?
They show it. Yeah, they show it in the box. He just never
Like
puts
she's
it
on their
on.
private
Yeah, he
jet.
never. Yeah.
Like, but yeah, it was in the jet. But had he worn it then, I would have been cool with it. But the fact that he never wore it, and now he's finally gonna wear it in this Deadpool movie that's sort of a slapstick. It's not a serious Wolverine movie. He's finally gonna wear it now. I feel like the next guy that plays Wolverine in the MCU or whenever they do another Wolverine that's not Hugh Jackman, when they finally do get a Wolverine that hopefully is short and stocky and looks like the character actually, hopefully or that guy is going to have to compete against the great Hugh Jackman, the iconic Wolverine actor, the guy that's embodies Wolverine. So he's going to be compared to Hugh Jackman. And the one thing he could have had that could have made it like where he could be on that level is he was the first guy to wear the mask. Now he ain't even gonna have that, whoever he may be. So that's why I feel it's kind of shady of Hugh to sort of take that at the last minute. Like he didn't want to take it seriously, never wanted to wear the mask in all them fucking 10 movies you played Wolverine. Now you put it on just as fan service. Let the fucking next guy be the first guy to wear it. But hey,
I dig it. Yeah. And then if the next guy looks like Wolverine, like I mean, with the haircut, the eyebrows, because not for nothing, Hugh Jackman, even with his mask off, he looked like fucking Wolverine, man. Like when
yeah,
he
his face.
found this
Yeah.
shit. Remember when he was riding his motorcycle and then his eyes was like he was like, oh shit, that's like out the comic.
Yeah, no, he looks like him. They with the face and the hair and all that, but Wolverine is not 6'2". He's not, he's not a tall, linky, pretty boy. He's not like that. So
yeah, he's
I want to see that short, stocky.
he's a little bit taller than Pug.
Word. He's fucking he's like
Yeah.
5'4" and shit. 5'6" maybe.
Yeah.
He's a little fella.
Yeah, but to figure out when the first trailer for Deadpool 3 will be released, we must turn to the history of MCU trailer releases. Looking at the MCU's multiverse saga movies to trailer to release windows have ranged from 81 to 213 days, with an average of around 138 days across 10 movies. So Black Widow was 150 days before delays. Shang-Chi 136 days. Eternals 165 days. Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor, Love and Thunder, Black Panther, Wakanda, Ant-Man, Guardians, Marvel, all within about 120 to 200 days. For Deadpool's July 26th release, the average window would place the trailer around March 10th. So yeah, about a month from now, we might get that first trailer. Which but there's reason to believe it could come a little sooner. Because we've got the Super Bowl, which is renowned for its commercials and movie trailers, and so we may get it at the Super Bowl. That would be smart if they did that.
We might not get that. We might get a spot with him and Hugh Jackman clowning around or something like that.
I mean, whatever it might be, yeah, we get something. But if they're smart, they'll throw that first trailer up there and really cash in on that.
They got to, they got to get his hype. They got to get his hype, raw talk. So they got to give us something. They got to give us something other than what they gave us already. Yeah,
a real trailer with action and shit.
It's got yeah. That's gonna make people say, "I want to go see that."
So that'll be the only movie this summer from Marvel, or what?
Yeah.
Oh wow. They gotta do something to keep people enthused about it.
Yeah.
Everything else got pushed back, or anything else got pushed back or canceled.
What about the Madam Web?
Is that's Sony, but that comes out this month, I think.
Okay.
That's Sony.
But it's still a Marvel property in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Still Marvel characters, like.
I mean, yeah, if you want to say that, but it's not an MCU movie. It's not a Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
But it is what you call it, like a Spider-Man. I guess it's a Sony joint, but that comes out on the 14th. Yeah, in like 10 days.
Shout out to Corey Adger with he's dropping a few
oh word.
You know,
salute
on you.
Appreciate that. Word is bond.
Peace.
But yeah, fucking. Matter of fact, hold on.
Because I think the next movie after that is what? Captain America?
Ooh,
Brave New World?
yeah. Well, New World
But
Order
that's
break.
20. Right. That got pushed back to 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that got pushed back. That definitely got pushed back.
And I
So
thought it was supposed to come out on Christmas, but was that the film that was supposed to come out on Christmas?
which one?
The Captain America, Brave New World.
It might
Oh,
have been.
dropping.
It might have
Oh,
been. I had to look it up.
peace.
Yeah, I had to look it up, but I know.
Peace.
Oh, shout out to Corey Adger.
Yeah,
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 just
yeah.
because of shout out to Corey
Up.
Adger, man.
All right. Peace to
Um,
you. Word up.
thank you, Corey Adger, man. We like to give thanks, peace, and love on that.
Word up. Yeah, man. But with that Madam Web, you know what? I'm gonna be the person
My
where
bad. I was muted.
oh damn. I
No, I
used
was
to
trying to tell Corey, man. Thank you, man. I really, really, really appreciate that, dog. That's real. That's real. That hit me on fucking IG with your address, dog. I'm gonna send you some comics and shit. Cause you the first one. Shout out to Corey Adger, man. He the first one to send any super chats. So that's dope. That's dope.
We gotta bless him
Send you
out. We
some
gotta bless
comics.
him out.
like
Yeah,
they
hit
used
me
Send you
on
some
IG
comics.
too.
hey Reno,
We
like they
gonna
say,
bless
they
Corey
pop
Adger out.
your
We gonna
cherry.
Hey, you broke a cherry. Hey,
we gonna hit
Paul.
Corey
So
Adger
if
out.
people know that, they know that.
I keep saying,
Right?
we gotta bring him on, man. Get on, talk about the Philly
I'm
rap
trying,
scene.
anybody,
We gonna get it
listen,
popping. We
anybody
gonna get
that's
it popping.
watching this show right now, if you feel like you want to chime in or you want to be on the show or you got a collection you want to show off or anything at all, man, you just hit me on the gram and we will get you set up and you can come on. It's an open forum show. Y'all already know we have always guests and I mean,
Yeah,
so yeah,
always. Yeah.
that's how we roll, man. Anybody want to come on, come on.
Facts.
Absolutely welcome.
Speak
Now I
about
did. Now I did meet a guy that has the USS flag.
Oh, where?
Talking to him now. Get him to come on, show it off in the whole 9 yards.
That'd
Talking
be
to him
ill.
now. We just got it. We got to get his. We just got to get with his schedule. So
Right.
you know what I mean. He said he'll do it. I just got to keep pushing him to figure out what day is good for him. But he's a big fan like we are,
okay.
and he collects like we do. So, but
Mhm.
he likes the O rings. He's an O ring guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves the O rings. That's
Nice.
just he ain't never. He said he ain't never gonna leave him alone. He said he can't. He said he like crack to him.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
but I had a long talk with him. I had a long talk with him today.
Now we ain't never got no
He's got a
super chat.
flag.
Let me see that again, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, you got the steel.
Steel.
What? Wait, nah, hold on. Classified calls it the steel core. What was it called?
This is the Steel Brigade.
Brigade.
Steel Brigade.
Yes,
Yeah.
brigade. They call it. Yeah, that's dope, man. You had to mail away for them, John. See, I never had that. I never had those.
I never had
I
none of them. I never
the
had
only
none of the
mail
Steel
away,
Brigades.
only figure I ever mailed away for was Hoodie Cobra Commander. And I was like in first grade, and I went to the mailbox every single day for like a month.
I ain't gonna lie,
Shout
man.
out
I
to
got
my
mine.
shout
I
out to
got
my
mine from. I got my hooded Cobra Commander from my man Jamaliquin. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man
little
Jamaliquin,
big
man.
brother.
Shout out,
He
shout out to Jameliquin, man.
he has Jameliquin has when we were kids, right? He had so many of those UPC joints, right?
Yeah,
He sent away for it. He sent away for it, and then I only had a few. And he was like, "Well, give me the ones you got, and then we're gonna get a stamp." Man,
yeah.
listen, it was like an all-day event. We
Hell
went,
yeah.
we turned that
An
joint in, we
adventure.
put it in the letter. Yeah, we did
Yeah.
everything it said do. Man, it seemed like it took forever to get
Forever.
that back. And listen, and he had a bunch of the UPC joints because you know they had the little points you had to cut out.
Yeah,
You had to
yeah.
have a
What they
certain amount
call
of
them? What
points.
they call Raw Talk?
They were
Flag
Flag
called
points.
flag
Flag
points.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah, flag
yeah.
points.
He had like a whole shoebox full of them joints. I was like, yo, where you get these? And he told me that there was another kid named Josh that we knew. He was collecting them, but he never used them, and he was gonna throw them out. And he said, well, let me get them. And that's how I got my hooded Cobra Commander. I'll never forget that, bro. I
Hell
said we
yeah.
sent off for that joint. It sent like it took forever to come.
Flag points,
Seemed like
right?
it took a year. Took
Yeah.
6 weeks, but it seemed like it took a year.
Flag points intact.
Tap.
Yeah, it seems
Damn.
like it takes
And
forever,
shout out
dog.
to my big little brother. You know what I'm saying? Kid with the kung fu grip. He got me the Steel Brigade. He gifted me that, and then some other figures. He looks out for his big brother. From time to
Stalker,
time.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Stalker look
Yeah.
dope, man.
That's
That's one of my
that's dope,
favorite Joes.
man. That's dope, man. Your
That's the
brother
first Joe
looking
I ever
out.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first Joe I ever had, Reno.
Stalker. Oh yeah, yeah.
Stalker was my very first Joe. That's the very first one I ever bought. Was Stalker.
So what I'm trying to see, y'all can't really see because of the lighting is shitty, but I got a new hobby, y'all. Straight up, I got a new hobby. I paint these motherfuckers now. Yes, yes, yes,
Why, bro? Why? What's
bro.
up?
Stalker got a black beret now. His
Nice.
his
Okay.
strap. This is Night Force Stalker I made.
All
So
right.
he got black what do you call it, holsters and shit. The straps, all his straps are either black and green, and they got like, bro, I got crazy with it. The clips and buckles that are on the fucking thing I did with a shiny glossy black. The straps themselves I did with a matte black.
Okay.
And I left some of the green exposed, so it's like black and green and shiny green and matte green on different things. So basically I gave detail. This strap was just solid green
Yeah.
with all these little details and shit on it, but no color differentiation because it's just like a basic thing. That's how your toys come.
No, make it bigger.
For
Can you
example,
make it bigger?
Yeah. Make the
the
screen.
boot, I'm gonna make it
Yeah,
bigger,
make it
but
bigger.
y'all still, you can't see it because of the damn lighting. There's a weird lighting. This is like a blue tint to everything. You see, the screen,
Yeah,
the
I
TV
see what you
screen is
mean.
like
Yeah,
shining on
I
it,
see
so it
what you
makes everything blue.
mean.
So you can't really see, but you can see how dark the things are.
You just gotta be still a little bit so your camera can focus, because your
Yeah,
camera autofocus.
yeah.
Yeah, we can see it.
Still has
Nice.
a blue tint,
Yeah.
but this thing was solid green. Now it's just got some green straps that you can kind of see still.
Yeah.
But I painted that matte black. It's got some shiny black buckles and shit on it, clips. Did the holster with a glossy black, the knife holster with a glossy black. Did the shoelaces black, the soles of his boots black. It makes it 10 times better looking, dog. It makes them look so dope, like fucking statues. Like the difference between a statue and a figure, that's
The
what you
figure.
get from painting the figures, dog. You can add aging to their face, weathering on their weapons. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm getting grilled, dog. So I made this Night Force team. I got the Night Force Tunnel Rat I showed y'all a few times. Now I got Night Force Stalker, and I made a Night Force Low Light. Remember, he had that red patch on his chest.
Red
This was
patent.
red.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
made that black. He had these bright green grenades. I made those black. He had the bright red goggles, which I got right here on his thing, but I put these black and silver ones on him. So he's
Alright.
just solid black and gray. There's nothing but black and gray on him.
Nice.
That's dope, bro. He looked dope
So
like that.
he's the
I remember with Star Wars,
Night
people used to
Force.
paint Chewbacca. Remember he had the sash? People used to paint it white. Because remember
Yeah.
when Chewbacca came out, it was brown. But it was the same color as him. Yeah. So if you see a Chewbacca with a white sash going across him, somebody painted that. The character never came like that, the original.
Right.
Yeah.
My man Mike Haggs just caught it like I caught it. Because when he was like, yo, check the flash. Yo, that
Check the flashes.
yo, blue and
It'll be
cream.
like blue and cream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought I was the only one that caught that for a second in my head.
Nah,
Nice.
son. That's the
People
illest
feel
reference, son. That's the illest reference, son. You get the God for that.
Yeah.
You get the
Or
God for
Vaughn.
that,
That's how
and
we
you get the
Yeah,
woo.
that's how we
And
explain it.
you get Grogu. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we explain it. And it's forever embedded in our minds like that. That's how we get down.
Always.
That's
But
how-
yeah, we paint them with acrylic. Oh shit. Hold on. Corey coming through.
Oh shit, he coming through.
Six Element fan, much respect.
Respect,
You know,
respect.
I'm old school. No social media is for me. Oh, I feel you. Listen,
I
I
feel
would
you on
not
that, Corey.
be
Yeah,
on
yeah.
social media if it wasn't for this channel. If I didn't do this channel, I wouldn't be on Instagram. I wouldn't. I'm not on Facebook. I don't fuck with Facebook. I'm not a social media guy. I don't really dig it. It's not appealing to me. But um, I wanted to drive traffic to this channel because I am a content creator. I don't consider this social media. It's not. I create content, and but social media is marketing tool. So to drive traffic to here, I got on Instagram and sort of made my little Instagram presence or whatever. Got like 4,000 followers or whatever. So it's just for marketing and shit. But it's a good tool to connect with people because like when I meet people on here, how can we connect? Like we don't want to give our information on the air and shit. So hit me on the gram and we can DM and do. So, but yeah, man, I
I
feel you,
got you.
bro.
I get you some info for you, man. I got you.
But you know what's dope about this? This sort of kit bash with low light. I love. Listen, man. I'm sorry I'm geeking out, y'all, but I just found this new hobby, man, and I'm so
No,
into
do
it.
you do your thing? Do your thing. That's
The
what we're here for.
fucking yeah, he's got these like I don't know what you call it. They're like ridged, like black rubber ridged patches on his clothes everywhere, and he had this one up here that was red, and I painted it black, dog, and it matches the other ones that are all over his body. Like it's when I was a kid, we didn't call it kit bashing yet. It was just called making new characters, right? We didn't have a name for it, but I was a fucking scientist at that shit, dog. I had a kit, bro. I had the little eyeglass screwdrivers for your eyeglasses, little tiny screwdrivers set up. Had the whole little shit, a little light and shit, because I would get down, take my Joes apart, and have parts and shit, and I would create characters by putting together different, arms and chest pieces and shit. But when my friends would do that shit, they would look ridiculous. They would have different crazy colors and shit just didn't match, bro. My shits looked like Hasbro made them shits, bro. Color coordinated, bro. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like really well designed and shit. And it was like a dope hobby. The shit I just love to do. Like it was really what I did with my G.I. Joes as a kid. Like I didn't do a lot of playing with my shit as a kid. Like I never did like a lot of like, oh yeah, like this shit, like making them do shit. My shit was when I was a kid is I set them up. Like I would set them up in dope like poses and like have the whole set up like a whole scenery. But that would be me playing would be setting up this whole scene and shit. But I didn't do a lot of making them talk and all of that. And doing the kit bashing and stuff like that was my shit. So doing this is a dope way to sort of get back to that vibe of creating and making new oh shit, here we go. Slade coming through with the super sticker.
All right,
much love, man. Much love to you guys, man.
Respect,
Word is bond. Much respect.
Everybody dropping.
Word is bond. You got that broadcast channel IG. That's how I found the YouTube channel. See, that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate that, Mike Hags, for you telling me that, man, because that makes me know the shit was working and I did something.
Right, definitely.
Speaking of Deadpool, what were you gonna say?
I was getting ready to say, I mean, we can go into Deadpool, but I was just saying that there's a lot of interesting things that was happening this weekend or the past week, hip hop wise or rap wise. You had a nice little rap battle between the usual suspects and Mr. Boston, aka Ray and Benzino, against M, and then you had some ghostwriting going on, so accusations of, so when Stu was talking about the Philly rap scene, I was think immediately Cassidy, because some people are saying that Cassidy is the ghostwriter for him, and nobody knows the ghostwriter. If there is one, they can't reveal themselves because they can no longer ghostwrite for anybody, because part of being a ghostwriter in rap is not telling people you're a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Now, if you
tell, that's the end of your career.
Yeah, and if you're smart with it, you can tell by how that person writes for themselves. Then you can tell who's the ghostwriter.
Like that dude Quentin that got caught writing for Drake. Well, he didn't get caught. He exposed himself, really.
No.
Yeah.
Meek exposed that. Meek
did he? Oh yeah.
Remember they got into it. Yeah, remember him and Meek had a little beef.
That dude came out.
Quentin for Meek to do anyway. There's a rule that you ain't supposed to do that.
That was
Well,
scandalous.
Meek tried to get the dude to write for him. Like he tried to steal him from Drake. And the dude was like, "Nah, I'm good. Well, I'm loyal to Drake." So then Meek was like, "All
And
right,
then he
cool."
he exposed himself anyway.
Oh,
And
Put it out there.
right? Meek is evil
What
with
happened?
ridiculous.
No. It wasn't for him to write for Meek. He was just trying to steal him from Drake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like to prove a point, because they was beefing about it. It was beefing real hard. So he was like,
Oh,
you know,
listen,
I
having a
ghostwriter.
ghostwriter don't mean you can't rap. Drake can rap. Drake had bars before he got famous. I knew Drake had skills back when I heard the mixtapes and shit. But when you get to become a pop star like Drake has, you're not writing music anymore. You're just getting shit written from people, hooks and shit. They tell you what to sing and shit.
But we all know
It's
the
another level
for saying that you're a lyricist and a rap god or what have you.
You can't say that.
Have a ghostwriter at all.
You can't not say that. No.
Like
In my opinion,
say you're
I'm
an
gonna keep
MC
it a buck.
and be a ghostwriter.
In my opinion, you shouldn't have a ghostwriter, man. Like I've heard about
You an
MCs
MC,
writing
no.
songs. I've heard about MCs writing songs for other MCs, and that's cool. But to consistently have somebody write for you, like that takes away from the whole rap, you know what I mean, persona. Like Roxanne Shante had a song called Independent Woman. And she said Master Ace wrote it for her. And it is on her album, and it is a fly ass song. But when she was talking to Master Ace about it, he totally forgot that he wrote the joint for her.
But
Getting a long foot. So he was just saying, like, and she was interviewing him, asking him about it. And he was like, I don't remember that. She was like, you wrote the song Independent Woman for me. And he was like, for real? She was like, yeah. She said, remember, they had a tradition of writing. If you came in the Juice Crew, if you were new, you had to write a song for a positive song about Black women.
Right.
So she said he wrote that song, she performed it, and she said it was a hit for her. And he was like, he didn't remember. He was like, I don't remember writing that. And then she had to jog his memory, and then he was like, oh yeah. She was like, yeah. And then I was like, damn. But MC Light just recently talked about somebody that wrote a song for her. She wouldn't say who.
PMD.
And she wouldn't say what song. But she said it was a song. Yeah.
Slave to the Rhythm. PMD.
Yeah.
You could tell by the flow.
Yeah.
I'm not a procrastinator or instigator, but when I'm on the mic, I'm the creator. That's PMD all day.
Yeah.
That's how he rhymes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like PMD.
I know PMD, man. That's how he rhymes. Like he's smart with it and he's fast. Like he can really, you know what I mean? And when I heard Slave to the Rhythm for the first time, I was like, yo, and he was on the track with her. Like, are you serious? I heard he produced the track. I'm like, okay, he wrote it. Just like I know Tretch and Lakim Shabazz wrote for Latifah.
Latifah. Oh yeah, we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we do that.
Lakim is nasty with it.
Nasty.
It is Lakim, man. I need to go up north and try to find it.
Yeah.
Find that brother, man. Yeah, man. Lakim was dope, man. He had a nice style, man. Like his rap style, he had a very, very unique rap style, bro.
And he was like, in a sense, to me, he was like Rakim on another level too.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, with the knowledge and shit. Yeah. Gods and Earth style. Yeah.
Nah, he was straight up 5%.
Yeah, it was Gods and Earth style with that with that's when that whole style started coming out around 88, 80, early 80s to the 90s.
The hardest ones that came out with that style, that just coming out rapping, speaking all that supreme knowledge and supreme wisdom, was Poor Righteous Teachers. It was the first ones that came real hard with that. Everybody else danced around it, threw a little lines here and there, but Poor Righteous Teachers put it out there. They came out hard, like, yeah, we gods, and went straight up, and they just came out like boom. Like Wise Intelligent, they came hard with it.
Well, they're the first ones to really.
They're
the first ones to really name themselves after it and have like a.
They said it was gods. Yeah, they said they was gods. They was the first ones to come out just be like, I'm God, straight up. It was in the name of the group.
Well, no, they weren't the first ones to say they were God or the first ones to be 5%.
No,
they were the first ones to have a group called something based on 5% and yeah,
Poor righteous teachers. Yeah,
exactly.
they wasn't the first ones, but they was the first ones to go hard with it. Like
Yeah,
didn't dance
they really
around
made
it.
a
Like
crew out
that's
of it.
just what we are.
Yeah,
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 like this what we are. Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Like
And then
Wu-Tang did later.
yeah, just like them for being out there from Trenton, New Jersey. It was like, whoa, okay, 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 because at first you didn't have, people don't know. Do it all. He's well versed in the Nation of Gods and the Earths. I built with him on various occasions down in Weekway Park when we had the little rally there. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. Yeah, you got.
I agree with that, Mike Hacks. I agree with that. Jadakiss is especially. I agree with that. Drake,
Yeah,
listen,
you
Drake
can't
ain't
put
never
Drake
known for
against them
being.
guys.
Yeah, he ain't never known for being lyrical. Everybody know he ain't known for being, deeply lyrical, but he can rap. You can't take that away from him.
When he
You know
first
what I mean?
came
He can
out,
rap.
the mixtapes and shit, when he first was getting, before he was known, before most people ever heard of him and shit, I was like, oh, this kid is nice. That's it. Like after that, once he started coming out with his hits, they quickly swooped him up and made him a pop star. And
Yep, because he had that pop
nobody
appeal.
ever heard how good he could rap. He started singing and shit. But he's
He
an
should have
actor,
stuck to
bro.
that, Reno. He
He's a
should have.
show.
He's a,
He
yeah,
isn't.
yeah. He is an
He's a
actor. Yeah,
showbiz guy. He's a performer. He was
yeah,
an actor in a show for hella
yeah,
time. He was hella famous.
I'm wondering why
yeah.
he
Let me
didn't
see
go
what
for
show
that.
he was.
I wonder why he didn't go for that EGOT, because he could if he wanted to.
For what?
EGOT. That means he gets a Grammy, Emmy, Oscar, and Tony. That's
Oh,
those are what
yeah,
I'm surprised that he didn't try to go for that. You know what I'm saying? If
yeah.
at this level now, he should try to go for that. You know what I'm saying?
Might as
Drake.
well.
Gotta act.
I mean, he can act. He can, but I like Drake when he was doing the singing shit. When he was singing and rapping, and you had them like them when the Weeknd was producing beats for him, and he was with that crew that he had. That's when he was
You
super
like
hot.
that shit?
Like, yeah, I thought that shit was fly, bro. It was fly because it was
Really?
different. It was different, bro. It was
I
original,
wouldn't
man. Like
think you would
everybody
like that.
else, I got every Drake album ever made, but
Wow,
the
big Drake
mixtapes,
fan.
I own all the mixtapes. I got all his because the mixtapes was his best. That was his best work,
Piss
in
I
my
cannot
opinion.
take.
In my opinion, his best work was his mixtapes, man. That underground stuff he put out, he's
Always.
singing on them joints, and he had them weird them when Weeknd was making beats, and he was hooked up with Weeknd, bro. Drake was killing it, bro.
All right. I
He
mean,
was
it's just,
killing it,
I
bro.
didn't think you, because you hate on the Black album and you say it's not hip hop, and I just didn't think you would like that commercial
Because to me, the Black
stuff.
Album ain't hip hop. It just ain't
I
hip hop enough
mean, I
for me.
mean,
I ain't
I
getting
don't want to
enough
go
hip hop out
there.
of that.
I don't want to go there, but I
You
just
know what I
wanted to
mean?
say it's
But
more
that's just the
Drake
Black
is
Album. That's
more
how I feel
commercial than
about the
that.
Black Album.
Drake
Now the
is
Gray
more
Album,
commercial than that.
I like.
Well, wasn't the Black album partially produced at what you call his house? What's his name? What's his name?
Timberland?
Def Jam, from Def Jam. What's his name? The
Oh,
producer.
Leroy
Simmons,
Cohen?
Russell Simmons.
Leo
Oh, Rick
Cohen?
Rubin. Rick Rubin.
Wasn't
Rick
it
Rubin?
made at his house?
Yeah, Rick Rubin made some of that.
It could be. Rick Rubin was in there. Yeah, Rick Rubin did some stuff on there, but
Rubin.
it wasn't hip hop. It wasn't as hip hop as it could have been. Corey
Yeah.
Anderson says, I'm not a fan of Drake. I have his first joint and the joint with the Lauryn Hill hook. That's it. I got them joints, and Corey, they was hard. His first joint was hard, and his second joint was hard. Them joints
I
was
mean,
hard,
just
man. Listen.
you usually like that hardcore, offbeat hip hop, bars and shit. So I just surprised to hear it.
Why I can't spread my
I'm
wings?
just surprised.
Why I can't get the vibe?
Broaden your
Why I got to
horizon.
go and be? Why I
Expand your
can't
palette.
get down with some other stuff and expand my palette and be more palatable when it comes to music?
Hey,
but
more power to you.
There's some real crazy.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, well, listen. Well, wait a minute. We thought that you would expand your palette with the flute and with the and got down with that somehow. But and maybe him and Drake should have hooked up. He could have played the flute, and Drake could have rapped over it. And it might have been something special. Yeah, it might have been something special.
That might be a sleeper that might happen. You never know. These guys, remember, it's all about content and eyes on you. So you never know. Oh, yo, Drake did it.
Yeah.
Andre
He did the
just
joint. Yeah, he playing the flute. That joint hot.
they got the girl that plays the what you call it, the harp and
No, the
shit.
vibe.
Yo, you know,
Lizzo. You got Lizzo. Lizzo playing the harp.
Jesus,
Drake
No, she
Jesus.
singing.
does the clarinet or some shit like that.
She do.
There's
Yeah,
a
she get.
there's a woman on Instagram named CC Zone. She's a Chinese American. I don't know if she's American. She's Chinese. She
Does-
plays. You know what I'm talking that Chinese fucking. It's a Chinese instrument. An
Oh,
ancient
it's called
Chinese
a.
instrument,
I
and
know
it's
what
like
you're
a
talking about because
harp
I got
shit.
the.
It's a string instrument
Yeah.
laid on like
It's
a
called a.
table.
I can't pronounce it. It's called a Zhao or something. Because I got the.
Yeah,
I got a
that
couple
one.
albums. I got a couple albums of classical Chinese music.
Well, she gets up there and or what she does is she takes hip hop songs and she makes
and
her own
plays it on
shit
there.
with the yeah, bro. Oh my god,
Oh,
she
you
does,
gotta send me that.
bro. When
You
she
gotta
does
send me
Wu
that.
Tang, it's crazy. It's crazy. I try
Oh,
to
you
get her
gotta
on the
send
show,
me
bro. I'll be huh?
Try by 12s. Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding.
Man, no, it's every
Oh, she started off.
see, he knows what I'm talking
No,
about.
not that instrument. I
He
know
knows what I'm
not that
talking about.
instrument.
No,
It's called the
it's got like 100 strings, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
100
what you're
strings.
talking about. I know exactly
And she
because I
be
got it
playing that
saved.
bitch like this.
I got music.
She be playing
Yeah,
that
I
bitch
got
like
music
this.
like that saved on my Spotify. I got
Mm.
Chinese music like that saved on my Spotify, but I can't remember the name of the
Yeah, her
damn.
remixes are
And I
crazy.
can't go into my Spotify and get the name because
We got Google right here, man. Shit. Let's try it.
I don't know the name of it though, man.
Vinny Paz is dope. Rod the Rugged Man is dope.
Man, I've been talking about Mike Haggis 70 said, where you been at? Because I've been talking about these guys for years and everybody look at me crazy when I bring up them. When I bring up Vinny Paz, when I bring up Crime Apple, when I bring up Crime Apple.
You always bring up Crime Apple, Flea Lord.
I bring up Flea Lord and all them. Everybody look because they hot, they dope. Flea Lord and them is
who
dope.
else you
They
go
hot.
to? Nah, what's the other one?
Benny, I go Griselda, I go Benny, I go Muggs, I go what's my man name? Gold. I go my man Riggs. I go through all of them, man, because they all dope.
Yeah. They the underground shit, listen, man, they keeping hip hop alive in this fucking atmosphere of mumble rap and bullshit.
That instrument is called guzing, and then or they're called Chinese zither.
Oh, fuck that. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, because I'm already pulling up on Google.
I'm gonna show you exactly what it is. We ain't gotta worry about it. We gonna look at it. We gonna what do you call it?
Yeah, it's like
over it.
Like a piano, but it's actually a string instrument.
You're gonna lose your shit. I be trying to get her on here, bro. I be trying to get her on here on the show.
And keep hitting her up. You never know, man. You never know. Keep hitting her up.
Let me see if we can get. Let me try and find one of her dope.
Now Drake's first album, while we doing that, was hot. You know, man, that joint was hot. You know, in Raw Talk. When he came out with that, what am I doing? I'm doing me. That joint was hot. But it's over now. That was hot. You can't say that wasn't a hot album. That joint, we played that joint all summer long. Where we played, because Beyonce dropped, I think she dropped Lemonade that summer. That was a hot summer for music. Right?
Yeah. But you do know, like, he was kind of neck and neck with Wiz Khalifa until Wiz, you know, he strayed off and he was more marketable. Drake was more marketable than Wiz, because remember, they came out around the same time.
Yo, all right, fam. Be easy, be safe, man. Have a good week. We'll see you Saturday, bro.
Corey Adger, man.
Hey, Corey. Good looking out again. Indeed.
Yeah, thank you, Corey Adger, man.
Word up. Yeah. She's nice with it. Yeah, I have on a few saves.
That's called a gonquin or something like that. It's called a gonquin. That's what it's called. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's Guquin or something like that. It's called gonquin.
Yeah. He goes crazy with it.
Bro, hold on. Peep the fucking Marvel shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I
So
don't.
hip hop with it, dog.
I think
Yeah, it's called
anybody.
a Gonquin. I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's called a Gonquin or something like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing, but I know it's
all right, Cash.
Later Casual Toys.
Yeah, she kills it, bro.
She
Yo,
too nice with it, man.
the one with the tripod, the Brooklyn, we call it Tripod 12, which is a dope freestyle track to rhyme over in the for the BET Awards. Eminem and his whole crew, they rhymed over that. Remember that?
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
that
Yeah, I remember that.
that was dope.
sweet to rhyme over, and she freaked it too. It was just
Yep.
crazy. I was like, yo,
There was somebody that put out an album. I bought it last year and it's super dope. Something consciousness. I gotta get the name.
mm.
And
Well,
they
somebody
they
they
actually
have
have a
what?
lot of songs with that Gonquin in there, and they rapping
Um,
over it. One was with Match Homie rhyming over that joint.
that's
Homie,
sick.
my homie. Okay.
Mock Homie.
Mark Homie was rapping over the joint. What's the name of the album? It's something consciousness.
Well, look it up, man, and let us know.
Matter of
But
fact, hold on, I got you, man.
we just were talking about
Right.
Deadpool movie, and this shit came up on the feed, man, and this is crazy. So if you're a Deadpool fan, back on the Deadpool tip, Rob Liefeld, the artist who created Deadpool, and has revisited the character often in the intervening decades, announced today that he plans to retire from working on Deadpool related projects. So Liefeld, one of the best-selling comic book artists of the last 40 years, and Deadpool and Cable are the two characters he's most closely associated with. Cable is probably my favorite character, period. He's up there. It's like Wolverine, Cable for me. And then, of course, DC, it's Batman. But yeah, now with a third movie on the horizon and about 1,000 pages in his rearview mirror, it seems that Liefeld feels that he said everything he has to say with the character. And this, comes as confirmation of something that Liefeld has been saying unofficially for years. His Deadpool Battered Blood, which he started developing in 2019, was released in the second half of 2023 with there's a collection edition coming out soon. But during the production process, he referred to Battered Blood as the last dance. And so this is another, that was a sort of foreshadowing, but originally introduced as the main villain in New Mutants, Deadpool was a sort of response character, and he was so huge that he became a sort of fixture in the X-Force launch and in the larger sort of X-Men family of titles, and that's where he came from. And X-Force #1 sold more than 5 million copies upon publication, and it's held its resale value much better than most of the 90s big hit comics. But yeah, he said, quote, "I'm retiring from Deadpool." End quote. Yeah, Liefeld wrote on social media. He said, "It's official. Yep, after 33 years of not only introducing Deadpool, but chronicling many of his most popular adventures, it's time for the Deadpool daddy to say farewell." Yeah, he's got a big post. He said, "One of the fun parts about getting older is you can retire from things. So here I am. So I worked up one last crazy Deadpool yarn for the fine folks at Marvel, and they responded with eclectic glee, and I started producing it last month for release, summer 2024. He said, "I often wonder what my life would be like had I not created and sold not just Deadpool, but Cable, Domino, Strife, and a lot of others at Marvel's at Marvel. What if young Rob hadn't taken up the challenge of transforming a title that was headed towards cancellation? Is one of the better alternate universal tales. It certainly transformed my young career, creating opportunities and record-breaking sales for the New Mutants and X-Force, creating and introducing the Deadpool core, featuring Lady Deadpool and Dogpool was a fun function of my midlife crisis during 2000 and what is it? During 2009. In 2015, I started Deadpool Bad Blood, getting Deadpool his first original graphic novel and his only chart-topping #1 rank to date. An achievement that got me a round of congratulations from Marble Brass that pumped my chest out further than Captain America's. No, there's no other author has combined to write and illustrate more Deadpool work. I complete this journey with over 1,000 pages alongside my mercenary misfit. So I will finish this last one Deadpool story, and trust me, it's a wild one, and I call it a collaboration for the ages. So it'll be fun. In case you're wondering why now, that's easy. I'll be 57 at the end of this year, and my eyes are still functioning. The work continues to be strong, and I want to go out with the best effort that I can muster. The hand-eye coordination won't be there forever. I'll elaborate more on this on my next Robservations podcast and look forward to taking the journey with you, the world's greatest fans who have always provided the best support a cartoonist could ever imagine. And that is saying something. End quote.
I like how he poked fun at himself.
Yeah.
That Captain America chest pumped out.
Yeah.
That's dope. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is true what he's saying. Like, you know, when you get, I mean, bro, when I hit 40, like I say 42, 43, my eyesight I started needing glasses to read. And I always had perfect vision my whole life. Never had it. And I'm like having to hold the book hella far away. And I'm like, the fuck? So I grabbed these joints, you know, these little readers. And if I don't have them on, like letters are blurry as hell. So, you know, when you get to 57, you're trying to draw. It might, you know, it's probably not easy. So you got to give it up. But yeah, his work. What was that?
You're on mute, Stu, or your mic ain't on or something. It's not plugged in.
Let me see.
Oh, now you're there. Now we can hear.
Now I can hear you. I think, yeah.
All right. Like I crimping my mic. Yeah, when you get that old, I get it. Okay, you might need a magnifying. I've seen guys with big magnifying glasses drawing. Yeah, like drawing under those. So that could be. Yeah.
And they're not even that old. But
but you know what? If you got to think about it. Most of the time when people draw, they up on a paper like this, or they're as close as they can get.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, their eyes just become used to seeing that close up and if you do that all the time, you know what I mean? Soon that's just how you're gonna be able to see. So
yeah, it fucks you up.
It's just like
it does.
Screens and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah. Well, Armor Wars starts taking shape. Now the movie is finally becoming something at Marvel Studios. We have an update on when cameras will begin rolling and news on Iron Man 2 star Sam Rockwell's involvement. Sam Rockwell, you might know, he played Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
And he's done a bunch of shit. I think he's dope. I like him in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I liked him as Justin Hammer.
Yeah. But yes, we are coming in with a long-awaited Armor Wars update. The project's been in work for what feels like an eternity. We've been talking about it for fucking a year or two. But a scooper, Daniel Reichtman, is claiming today that the plan is now is for Marvel Studios to find a director in the first quarter of this year. So the idea from there is to get cameras rolling in 2025, presumably putting the movie on track for a 2026, 2027 release. Again, like, we're in the era of knowing what movies are going to come out 4 or 5 years ahead. Like back in the day when we were kids, we heard about a movie months before it came out. That was it. You didn't hear about a movie years before it was coming out. Never. Never, unless it was like, oh, they're gonna do a sequel. That you might have got, but other than that, not no new movie out the box, no shit out of scratch. But the idea, you know, to get cameras rolling in 2025, but they might not. But they'll try. But it's also said that Iron Man 2 star Sam Rockwell is in talks to reprise his role for this movie. So they're realizing that they gotta start bringing some guys, some of these actors and characters from those first phases back in, man. And but we have no details, you know, beyond that, but have to believe that he, you know, be, you know, the antagonist, you know, given his history with, you know, Iron Man and War Machine and them. Um, he was also War Machine's creator, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, he said on several occasions, you know, that he would be open to returning as Hammer, and did so as recently as last month in an episode of What If. So, you know, there he played a variant of his character, Hammer, to who invaded Avengers Tower on Christmas Eve wearing Hulkbuster armor. Um, and they asked him last year whether he'd like to be part of such a project as like Thunderbolts, and he said, "Yeah, I definitely would be into that. Sounds cool. Thunderbolts sounds cool. Hammer's fun. He's a real Lex Luthor." We're not anticipating seeing him in that movie, but putting you know, the spotlight on Hammer in Armor Wars makes sense, you know, in all the world after you know, his attempts to usurp Tony Stark as the guy back in 2010. When we last saw the Earth 616 version of the character, he was serving time behind bars at the All Hail the King one shot book. But in November 2022, Armor Wars producer Nate Moore explained why the project became a movie after it originally was announced as a Disney Plus series. Because Armor Wars was going to be a show first. He said, I mean, in that case, we were just some great. He said there were some great ideas that were coming out of that show, but to be quite honest, it felt too big for a show. Kind of conceptually, and from, you know, our Disney Plus shows are awesome and we love them, but the budgets are not the same as the features. That's no secret. Let's fucking remember that next time we complain about these shows, the budgets are not the same as the features, and that's no secret. So they are. That's why they look cheap and shit, because they are. They're not getting that same budget. They're saving that for the real movies. And a movie like Iron Man, you know, Armor Wars, where you have War Machine and heavy CGI stuff, you can't do that in a show. They can't afford it, not with their budget. See, people forget. People, oh, they can afford it. It's Disney. It's Marvel. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, but they get a budget. The crew for the team for the fucking show gets a budget. It's not like, oh, we have all of Disney's money behind us and we can do whatever we want with Disney's billions. It's not like that. People expect that. It's not like that. They get a budget.
They would have the budget if they didn't make crappy stuff with agendas, and if their toys sold. You know what I mean? Because everything is an ecosystem. So if anything in that ecosystem is messed up, it throws everything else off. So by them doing Star Wars all messed up. This is Disney now doing Star Wars all messed up. Doing tons of things all messed up. That shortens everybody's budgets. Budgets for toys, movies, TV shows.
Well, you mean them not being successful gets them have a less budget?
Yes, because if they're making grandiose money, budgets get bigger so they can make more money. Just like at the height of the MCU, they can print money, but now they can't, because
I think if this was the height of the MCU, those Disney Plus shows would have been the HBO style shows that we all know they should have been. Hour-long episodes, Sopranos, Game of Thrones, that kind of shit. That's how the Marvel shows would have, and I think should have, and I think would have been, if the MCU kept that status that it had. If it never faltered and just kept growing, those shows would have been every bit of a fucking Game of Thrones, Sopranos, fucking that level of show.
Look at the
Instead, we got CW level.
look at the Netflix shows. Those to me were the best representation of what
Those
a
were way better.
show should
Yeah,
have
they
been.
were way.
Yeah, and that was during the heyday.
Yeah,
So
that was like at the peak right there.
yeah,
And then they cut it off with Netflix and to move to Disney Plus. Now
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus
it was over with. It's
should
just
just
like,
left them on Netflix.
yeah. But now everybody's jumping back on Netflix. Even DC's back on Netflix. They put a ton of shows back on there now.
Yeah.
So and Marvel.
And
So
then
it's like,
Netflix put them on there.
Yeah. And but yeah, with Armor Wars, it's a big budget thing. So it's got to be, he said, and when you're talking about a show that wants to be about seeing all the cool armors and Don Cheadle interacting with all these armors and a sort of legacy of Tony Stark, that became kind of cost prohibitive to do as a show.
yeah,
Cost prohibitive.
yeah.
Because legacy of Tony Stark. They want to do some AI, Tony Stark, hologram shit, whatever. He said, and as we realized as a feature movie, not only can we get into some of the beautiful imagery that is from publishing, and then there's certainly an Armor Wars run that there's always then to leverage the ideas of that movie and affect other movies down the line. I think what he's trying to say there is basically that, with a feature movie budget, they can better adapt the comics that we want to see adapted with the imagery that we need to see and all of that. Armor Wars, it has comics that need to be adapted. So hopefully they do a good adaptation and they stick close to the source material, at least enough that it's recognizable.
Mhm.
Yasser
That's all I
Lester.
can say.
Yasser Lester. Yeah, that's all we can.
And,
Hopefully.
even on that subject, like with Tony Stark being back in the fold in that AI, hologram, you still
Right.
have to hire Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Still gonna cost.
Yeah.
See?
Even if yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's
And even if they did a deep fake and shit like that, you'd still have to hire him to voice act. But
I mean, they still have to pay him for his likeness rights and
yeah,
voice rights.
yeah. I
You know,
mean, you got that What If show, right? And Tony Stark is all in it and shit, but it's not Robert Downey Jr. doing the voice, and that's why I don't give a fuck about it. It's not good to me. I don't. Them What If shows. First of all, the What If shows, I was all excited when I heard they were doing an animated What If show because I'm thinking, oh shit, What If, those comics, those are great comics. They're gonna make an animated version. Hell yeah, dope. And then they come out with it, and it's just What If MCU stuff.
yeah, that's what killed
I
it.
was so let down. And then another thing that killed it, the comics are like this. Spider-Man becomes the Sorcerer Supreme, right? So the comic is, it starts off maybe page 1, he becomes Sorcerer Supreme. Then you see the comic of what happens with him being what goes on with him being Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
The What If shows, what they do is, if it was Spider-Man becomes Sorcerer Supreme, the whole show is about him becoming Sorcerer Supreme, and at the end he becomes Sorcerer Supreme and does whatever he does.
Yeah, they're stuck
See
on
the difference? Instead of him, he's Sorcerer Supreme, and here's a show about it. Here's a show about him becoming Sorcerer Supreme. It's instead of doing an origin story, we don't want a fucking origin story.
but that's their format now. It's
That's
like
all they know how to do.
origins, and
That's all
then
they know how to do.
on top of
Yeah,
that,
that's it.
come on, man, Sorcerer Supreme. I don't know, man. They're just fixated on the MCU because they don't want to pay out for other properties. They don't want to pay the estate tax, states of these different artists and things of that nature, man. It's sad, but
Yeah.
I mean, from
And
a
it
business
made money.
point, yeah.
It made money too. It made money too, real talk. So it's like Hollywood wants to make more money. So
Yeah.
something successful, they run with.
Yeah.
instead of, you know what I mean? Like they just gonna keep running with it and switching it up. And like when those X-Men, those first run of X-Men movies came out, we loved them. We thought they were great, and then they started getting bad, and then
Yeah.
they revamped it, and then we had hope again, and then they started getting bad again, and then we were just like, never mind. So
Because they didn't stick to the source material.
material,
Exactly.
yeah,
And
they didn't. They really didn't with X-Men.
my argument was always, why didn't they start with the original 5 members? We
Yeah.
still love the X-Men.
Still don't know,
Because
right? We still don't know
yeah,
why.
They had to
because
woke.
they wanted they wanted to use the popular characters. They
Yeah,
wanted to use Wolverine off the bat and all of it. Wolverine wasn't even in the first fucking run.
No,
exactly.
He came
no, he
around in
wasn't.
the second squad.
Later,
Then when they
yep.
did the
Yeah.
first class, I'm like, that's not even the first class.
Bro.
What's going on here?
Yeah,
Have
it was
in the first
man, real head scratcher.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yasser Lester is penning Armor Wars, the screenplay, with Don Cheadle confirmed to be, Rhodey as War Machine. And after we learned in Secret Invasion that he seemingly been held captive by the Skrulls ever since Captain America: Civil War. So this Rhodey, this War Machine we've been seeing in all the MCU movies ever since Captain America: Civil War has not been Rhodey; it's been a Skrull. Retcon. So, and then also Dominique Thorne is expected to return as Riri Williams, starring as Ironheart in Armor Wars. So there'll be Ironheart as well for those people who are asking about Ironheart. So people were asking about where she was going to be at, but that is that, y'all. But yeah, y'all. Raw talk. I know you got to bounce.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta pick up life. You know how it goes.
Word.
We get it. We understand. We understand.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Everybody
see,
waiting.
I was watching the show while I was getting dressed for work Saturday. You guys were going over Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
Yeah.
It's a decent game, man. I don't understand why everybody keeps ragging on it, bro. I mean, I know why, but they just keep tearing it up, man. And I bought the game, I played the game, I liked the game. I think people would have liked physical combat instead of guns. Like I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it was too much
Because
much
it
relying
was
on
too much.
guns. All
Right,
right,
and
Raw
I
talk,
think that's
man.
what.
Be safe, bro.
All right, no doubt. Y'all be easy.
I'll see you Saturday.
Definitely.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Peace to the chat as well. Peace.
Word, Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
what was
thought
you?
Suicide. I thought
Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad. Yeah, because I can deal with the guns, but I agree with. I would have liked some more physical combat. Like they did a 50-50 split. That'd have been good, but I guess they wanted. Fortnite is what killed it because everybody wants to get a Fortnite property or something like Fortnite. Yeah, and that's
Would
to
love
me
to
that's
see a
what it plays
G.I.
like.
Joe game like that, man.
Like Fortnite, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe joint, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
Fuck yeah, dog. Speaking of G.I. Joe, we got McFarlane jumping into the G.I. Joe world now. With the figures. Yeah. That
That's
shit
kind of
brutal.
interesting. That's kind of interesting.
It's interesting, but when I seen it, I was so let down and disappointed, man. I'm like, damn, McFarlane, why are you giving us that garbage? These garbage ass. Look at this. What is this?
That's what he came up with.
That's what he coming with.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's
we
page
can't do that.
punchers. You know, they little page punchers, so they're like the little joints.
Oh, they small.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Most of you have just heard we did a deal with Hasbro to bring you some of their big top brands, and the first ones coming out are page punchers. So let's talk about what you get in there. Here's an example of G.I. Joe. There's 2 of them. Now, here's the thing you have to understand. You get 2 figures, and you get 2 comic books. 2 comic books. Each one of these packs includes 2 comic books, 2 figures. So there's our G.I. Joe. Here's our Transformers, looking pretty good.
What?
And you're also going to get, besides the 2 figures and the 2 comics, down at the bottom here, you're going to get 3 pieces of plastic. If you take the 3 pieces of plastic and you assemble them, you get a base here. And this base has got the logo on it. Then you take one of your comic books, you slide the comic book in, and you get yourself a nice stand here.
What?
Put it in there, and then
Who said it?
here, and you put your figure here, and you've got your comic, you got your toys, Transformers.
Who thought of that?
He did.
Deal with Hasbro. Go to McFarlane.com. Look for some of the retailer links coming to you soon.
I saw when he was all fucking excited about it. Page punchers. I'm gonna give you 2 fucking little fucking toys. These page puncher toys. So some of them he had some like 6-inch ones. Those were decent. I was like, oh, that's those are decent page punchers. But he's got these like 2-inch little tiny plastic. They're not real figures. They're not. You saw what they look like. They're like, the gumball machine. Put a quarter in and turn the thing, and a little bubble comes out with a little plastic toy in it. That's the type of toys they remind me of, man. And he's charging like $17 for one of these packets. You get 2 books or whatever. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a little bit of a off.
I'm messed up on that myself. Huh? I gotta get myself together. I feel like a rape victim. Yeah.
Word. He violated me on that.
Todd, man. Yeah, come on, Todd, man. You can do a little better. You can give us something a little better than that. Come on, man. It's G.I. Joe. It's Transformers. Come on.
You get a deal with Hasbro, and that's what you do?
I mean, well, I heard him say, for now, this is what we coming out with. Hopefully, they come out with something better. But I'm with you on that one. This is the first thing you put out. Those should have came out later.
I know he ain't gonna do nothing that has nothing on classified, so I'm not really that. Like, I'm not really worrying about it. I'm not thinking about it. I don't care what because I know he's not gonna come out with no figures. Not like classified. Classified is the best toy line, I think.
Right now, out there, yeah, I agree.
Out there.
I'm looking at my.
I almost said of all time.
You think of all time? Could you really give it that? Could you really give it that status when you really?
I don't know. I gotta think about it, but I almost said
it. They are dope, though, bro.
I mean, when you look at
I wish they was like that when I was a kid, though, man.
Dog,
like
come on, bro. That would be nuts. It would be, but the thing is, though, when I was a kid, I'm glad we got O-rings. I'm glad they were small because that was dope, and it allowed us to have the flag and big vehicles and shit like that. So with this size figure, we could have never had a flag. Could have never had those big ass vehicles and shit.
No, the flag could take up your whole living room.
Yeah, bro. So I get that they made them small because they wanted to make vehicles. That was really the whole point. So they could make vehicles and figures. But they had big hokey heads and their faces looked stupid and they had, they were
we
small,
only noticed that now, though. Yeah, back then.
I didn't notice that back then. I
ain't noticed it back then either. Yeah, we ain't noticed that back then. But now,
I look back and I'm like, damn, they had some goofy ass heads. I did not notice that. But it's funny.
Back then, I thought they was the dopest thing out.
Yeah. They remade them like later. They put some out with smaller heads that were more proportionate. They're still little like this, but they had smaller heads. And they look kind of goofy. They look skinny and scrawny and malnutrition. So this
they did. I'm laughing because they did. I can't disagree with you on that. Yeah, they did look kind of scrawny, man. And generic. They look but that's what we had, man. We liked it.
Nah, I'm not talking about what we had. I'm talking about what they've done a little more recently. Yeah, see how they look just gaunt?
Yeah.
He just looks skinny as hell. Look at the fucking the Hiss driver. But I mean, they're cool, but they don't have the gravitas of the figures when we were kids. They don't. They just don't.
No, they don't.
I don't know what it is. The hands. We would have broke these much easier. You can't really do a lot of kit bashing with them. You can't really take them apart and flip them around. So I'm definitely not a fan. I'm glad they didn't have these when I was a kid. But they have a lot more articulation. They got swivel torsos but the heads are much more proportioned to their bodies. This dude's head was massive in the original figure, huge, wide thing. I guess they couldn't get the face details down small enough. But
Hey man, listen, you know,
we
as
got what
time
we
went
got.
on,
I wasn't
they
mad.
made, you know,
I
they
wasn't
made
mad.
advancements. You
Yeah,
know, things
and I
started looking
definitely
better.
wasn't mad. No, I was a GI Joe fanatic when I was a
You and
little
me
kid,
both.
and then it just went away. I played with them until like 1989, maybe summer of 89 into 90, and that was about probably that was it. That was it. I did not fuck with them after that. I never bought anymore. Didn't play with them anymore.
Yeah, that was it
Maybe
for me
maybe
too.
got into comics and
Nah, that was it for me too. About 90, 89, 90 is when I stopped.
from elementary
I
school.
can,
When I hit 5th
yeah,
grade,
I can feel you on that one.
that was it. I got into see for me it was 5th grade though. When I quit elementary, when I graduated elementary and went into middle school, that's where I stopped playing with GI Joes
I was
personally.
in high
And
school, man. I never, you know,
yeah, I didn't
once I
get
got a little older, I never really, I would just pose them and I
yeah,
would sit them
yeah,
around like we
yeah,
do now. Like I would have them displayed.
yeah,
Like we went in my bedroom, my
yeah,
dresser, they all be on my dresser, just like kneeling poses and stuff like that, laying down. I never really, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I never really, but one thing I wasn't doing is when they came out with something new, I wasn't buying it. Like I might have,
yeah.
like if I just happened to be in the store and see them, I'm like, oh man, that's dope. I just pick it
Yeah, I
up,
see
take it
collectors
home and
now
pose
that
it.
they're like, yeah, they still would like all through high school, like after high school, they still would like if they see something new in the store, they would get it. Like they still have their collections. Bro, once I hit that age and I stopped playing with them, they were like I had the flag, I had the aircraft carrier when I was in 1st grade and
Uh-huh.
probably played with it until 4th grade. By the time
Mm,
4th grade came, it was probably half of the size it used to be because I done probably lost parts and broke
mm.
shit. And I was rough with my shit. And well, it is what it is, man. But yeah, we gonna wrap it up, man, and talk about it. But we gonna talk about it next week, man. We gotta wrap it up, man. And I realize it's getting to be about almost 9 o'clock. We've been rocking for about an hour and 40 minutes. But we gonna chop it up, man, and have a dope show for y'all ready Saturday. Y'all already know every Monday, every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are live. We are here talking about hip hop and comics, comics and hip hop and everything in between. So be safe, man, and we'll see y'all Saturday.
Yeah, peace out, everybody.
Peace. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, man, especially those of y'all who showed love and everything. Corey
Yeah,
Adger.
Slade,
Shout out
Corey.
to the new cast that came through. Mike Hags. Word, everybody, man. Slade, Corey Adger, Slim Jim Longfoot. Salute, salute. Lido's Wade. Dismay Comics. Peace, peace, peace. Kid with the Kung Fu grip. Cringe, my best friend. And we out.
Peace.
Peace out.